Colony 9, a peaceful corner of Bionis filled with markets, friendly faces, and the warm glow of lanterns. But when the sun sets and the lights come on, some secrets start to surface. Near the Gemman's stall, you might have noticed a girl who wanders the commercial district at night. Her name is Désirée, a wonderful, energetic NPC that's always happy to talk to Shulk. But would you believe me if I told you this ordinary girl is actually the secret daughter of Xord? The same Face Mechon who kills for fun, becoming one of Shulk's first major enemies. I'm Astra, and today we're diving into their backstories and the story behind their relationship, discussing why Désirée's situation is one of the quietest but saddest tragedies in all of Colony 9. Before we talk about Désirée, you have to understand Xord. He wasn't always a monster. Xord was once a Homs, a popular blacksmith from Colony 9, skilled, dependable, and deeply respected. He forged weapons for the colony's defense, and everyone trusted the strength and craftsmanship of anything that came from his hammer. When Shulk first talks to Désirée, he mentions he knew her father, but he never finds out that that same man was Xord. During the Battle of the Sword Valley, Xord was captured by the Mechon. His life as a trusted Homs blacksmith ended, and he was transformed into a Face Mechon, similar to Fiora. Stripped of his memories, humanity, and entire identity, he's completely unrecognizable and no one knows he's the same once-loved blacksmith. Once known as a good, trusted man, he was turned into an infamous, feared enemy. The connection between Xord and Désirée is something a lot of people miss, because it's not a part of the main story. The only way to discover it is by talking to Désirée throughout the game and paying closer attention to her late-game dialogue. After the final battle with Xord, if you return to Colony 9 and speak to Désirée, she reveals that her father was a blacksmith who died during the Battle of the Sword Valley, and that his workshop was called Xord's Smithy. There's no acknowledgement from the party, so if you were half asleep while reading that, you might have totally missed it. It's a small line, but it holds tremendous meaning. Proof that the man who once protected the colony was captured, rebuilt into a Face Mechon, and never returned to his daughter. When Shulk and the party defeat Xord, they weren't just killing a villain. They unknowingly ended the life of someone who once lived amongst them. Someone the colony knew who left behind a grieving daughter. But that's not all. An unnamed female soldier in Colony 9 mentions that the massive hammer used by the Mechon in Colony 6 looks familiar, like one she saw at a famous mechanic's workshop, one that no longer exists. She suggests speaking to Désirée about it, but acknowledges how painful it would be to sift through her late father's belongings. It's a quiet reminder of the human cost behind Xord's transformation. Even outside of Xenoblade, Nintendo indirectly mentions the connection. In Super Smash Bros. 4, Xord appears as a trophy under the name Bronzeface. The description reads, "His giant hammer recalls the old life of his core unit, Xord, blacksmith." Another connection showing Désirée's father was once the man who wielded that hammer for good, before being turned into a monster, using it for bad. And there's more symbolism. Xord's Face Mechon body is the only one to be mass-produced as regular enemies. In a way, this also reflects his identity as an NPC, a man who was once an ordinary, replicated and forgotten, while his daughter is left holding the last fragile pieces of who he used to be. After the connection is revealed, the game lets you guide Désirée towards her own future. She can take one of two very different paths, each reflecting her personality and the shadow Xord left behind. If you encourage her boldness and confidence, Désirée becomes a soldier, a sniper who protects Colony 9 from above. Her patrol route takes her to the alley, the northwest corner of the commercial district, and the raised walkway overlooking the colony. Symbolically, she takes the high ground, watching over the same people that her father once endangered. This path is her way of reclaiming a legacy, turning the loss of her father into purpose and protection, following the footsteps of him. Or if you guide her towards patience and creativity, she becomes a sculptor, working diligently under the tree near the Gemman's stall. She shapes stone rather than metal, crafting human art instead of machines. It's heartbreaking. She struggles with machines, but that was the very thing her father became. By avoiding metal and focusing on human creation, she quietly rejects the new life that he gained, choosing something entirely on her own. What makes Désirée's story so powerful is the way it's delivered. Most players miss it because it's so subtle. yet it's such a key piece of information. There are no cutscenes revealing her father's identity, no dramatic announcements. The tragedy is whispered in dialogue, hidden in a few lines, and scattered across Colony 9. Xord wasn't just a villain, he was once a good man, a trusted blacksmith transformed into an infamous monster, and Désirée, his daughter, lives with that legacy, trying to find her own path in a world that never gave her answers. It's one of the quietest, saddest stories in all of Xenoblade, a reminder that sometimes the smallest NPCs carry the heaviest emotional weight. So next time you walk through Colony 9 at night, pause by the Gem Man stall, look for Désirée under the lanterns. Talk to her, follow her story, and remember the man she lost. A father transformed into an enemy, a life ended, and the daughter left behind to navigate her own path. Help guide her to her new path and comment below which one you chose. It's a subtle, heartbreaking story hidden in plain sight, one of the many ways Xenoblade weaves humanity into its world, even through those that we may overlook. Until next time, see you!